problem is the pig version that I was using, which was sort of the last version of the old version, which I thought would have been stable, was not working. So I moved to the current version. And the other thing is, as I said before, you don't really have to put pig on top of Hadoop. Pig will run it itself slowly, and the little programs we're going to run, that'll be fine. And I was getting into all these permission problems because I had installed Hadoop under HD user, and I was trying like heck to install pig in HD user, but I was failing. So I punted it, and what we're going to do is install pig under BC user, run it out of BC user, and it makes everything much, much simpler. So if you haven't already, download this 115 megabyte file, and I pray you have space on your virtual machine. I actually had to go through and start deleting files to get it to fit. And
that's under the pig.
There is a, if you go to Canvas, I have replaced this file called pig.txt. It was there on Tuesday, and it was all based on HD user. It's a new version that's based on this one. And while you fight with that, I'm going to see if I can. I have it working the same project we did in Hadoop, which is the word count project. But I just set it up. I want to see if I can get it to run an example that's in the PowerPoint. I thought would be a good thing to do. So I'm going to go here. So what I want to do is So if you joined us lately, what I want you to do is reload this file, which is new, off of Canvas. And what we're doing is we're installing a different version of Pig. You might be hard up for space, so if you installed the previous one, you might want to go find it and delete it. Both the tar file as well as the whatever you extracted from it. So we can have room. So download this, and where I put mine, because I don't know Unix well enough to know that I committed a mortal sin, but I put mine in a new folder right in my top level directory, home BC user. I created a folder called pig stuff. Okay? I dragged this tar into there, extracted it right here, so now it says pig.050. And now what I'll do is I will, and then I did a, whatever those things are called, an export. I put my export in my bash file, so I didn't have to run it today, but you can also paste it in your command line and execute it. And then what I'm doing is I'm going to start creating folders with different pig jobs. So I have the pig word count job here, and I'm working on one called pig example. And then I just open those up, and they have the input files in the command script, and I run them right in there. And it's pretty simple because everything's right here. I don't have to keep changing users and changing directories, copying stuff in and out of the Hadoop parallel file system. However, oh, because I didn't.
So you want all the pig we have there gone?
Say that again?
You want all the pig gone?
Whatever you put in the last time, yeah. Because I think you're going to need the space. I know I did.
had to remove the /* that we had. It didn't work, like at the end of the script, the /*. Once I took that out, it worked when I used that.
I'm sorry, what?
Like, or when I went, so when, on the pig script, the
Yeah.
word count.pig, that /* at the end, the log that's kicked out is just an error message for me. And if I take it out, take that off, then I get a word count folder that has a part of R000000 and all results and success.
Okay, so, let's see where we are. So if you look in this pig.txt file, what I say is, this is the place where there's a bunch of files, but this directs you to this particular file. And I've asked you to download that. And then I put it in something called pig stuff, and I extracted it there. And then I added this into my script, and then I actually executed that so that without logging in and out again, it would work. Now, we're in a position to run a pig job. So I said, create a folder in there in pig stuff called pig word count. I know I'm not answering your question, but I wanted to get everybody up to where you obviously were. And that's just, I'm just going to create a folder for each pig job so we can keep things organized. And then in there, I'm creating a script file, which is called wordcount.pig. And I was expecting you to copy this in directly. And are you telling me that if you take this out, it works?
Yes, or leave the semicolon.
Yeah, yeah. I think I found it too. When I got here today, I had two versions of this damn document open. And okay, so note that mistake. There's some extra junk at the end of that line, which will break your code. And then what I did is I went to get one of the books we downloaded. Now my books from the Java Hadoop job were sitting right here handy in this BC user temp.ebooks. So I copied one of those over into this pig count folder and I renamed it input. And the reason I renamed it input is because this pig command is going to, you're telling here, you're saying the first thing I want you to do is suck in data where, and you're giving it a file name. Okay. And then it's doing the map phase where it's tokenizing all the words it finds in that, and then it groups them by word, and then it's generating a count by those groups. And then it's writing the output. I could say dump. Is it dump? I think it's dump. And it'll write it right out to the screen, but something big like that's kind of useless. So instead, I'm saying store the last output D into .word count. And I'm pretty sure that should not exist. If it doesn't exist, it creates it and it works. So I'm going to try that right now in front of you and show you what I have going here. So I have in my BC user folder, I have pig stuff. And I downloaded this tar, extracted it, so it's sitting in this folder, pig 015. And then because I did those export commands, I can go over here.
Is it pig 7 or 15 that you
15.
15 is what
Yeah,
we
yeah.
have to download. Okay.
Yeah. What's that document saying? Is it saying something different?
Yeah, it's saying 7.
7.
Oh, shoot, myself. That's still saying wrong. Why is it saying pig 7? That's all wrong. Oh, it's right down here at the bottom now.
Yeah, you have to make the pig 015 folder and then extract it to or instruct.
Oh, so it's different.
So they did that already?
Yeah, all right, so I'll step out of the room and you can all swear at me for 5 minutes.
This one?
Well, yeah. Somewhere along the line, I opened up a second version of this, and I guess I was editing
This one?
I
one
don't
of them
think
and
so.
saving the other one.
It's actually 15
Yeah, but when you go to 15.0, it doesn't exist.
All right, so let me try this. I'm gonna go to this.
Your announcement has a link that works.
Huh?
Your announcement has a link that works.
This link works?
The announcement has a link that works.
Oh, the announcement works. Oh, okay, so I have it right in the announcement, I think. Okay, good. All right, so.
So when we extract that, I just get pig 15 and there's no other folders that you have.
Yeah, the other folders I made.
Okay, do we need to make them?
Yeah, hold on one second, and I'll catch up to your question. So I'm gonna go to announcements and make sure I have what I said to get. This guy.
How do you address it now?
Yeah, because this is even a mirrored site. Dang.
It's in the helpful Linux commands.
So I want to place that there. And that would be downloading 15.
So the one that was an error.
This, that is good, so I'm gonna say file save, and I'm gonna go there. Go to files. Okay, I replaced that text up there. Okay, now. Going back to what I did, in terms of folders, I created this folder called pig stuff. Copied down that tar, extracted it. That's where the executables are gonna live. And then, don't do this one yet, but do this, and this is what it says in the Word doc. Create a folder called pig word count. And that's just going to be where we're gonna put our input file and our script. And then what I did is, I went over and I grabbed one of those 3 books we downloaded. I copied it into here and I changed its name to be input.txt, only because that's what that script says. I could have changed the script to read whatever that name was. Obviously, you can change the name with the calling name, and it all works the same. And then, here's the actual pig script that says load dot